Hello, my name is Shay, and welcome back to 10 Minutes of Astrology. Today, we are going to be talking about Venus in Aquarius in 2026. Do me a favor and press all the buttons for me. I would really appreciate it. And we're going to get started. First, I want to talk about Venus and what it is. It is the planet of love and relationships, not just any relationships, but all relationships. This is business, finance, relationships with yourself, with your mom, with your friends, with your lovers, everyone. And in Aquarius, so let's transition to what Aquarius is quickly, is random. I call it the wild card of the zodiac. I also call it the be careful what you wish for sign because they love change for the sake of change and randomness and quirkiness, but they don't always know that change and those things can turn into something that they're not expecting and they can't always go back. Anywho, the first alignment that we have is a conjunction to Pluto in Aquarius at approximately 3 degrees. A conjunction is a good thing. It means that you are on the same page. And by the way, if you need more detailed information, like how to get in touch with me, if you want to see my playlist, my astrology predictions playlist to 2046, that link is in the comments alongside some other need to knows. But the conjunction to Pluto, well, Pluto is also in Aquarius, which is transforming the collective. This is part of the reason why we're seeing so many scandals. So Pluto is sex, death, reincarnation, and transformation. It's also about secrets. And we're seeing a lot more secrets become public. Aquarius is a very public sign. They're probably the friendliest sign on the zodiac. And with this Venus conjunction, Venus is love and relationships, like who has been and Pluto is naturally ruled by Scorpio, which is like the darkness. So these are the things that you keep hidden. Pluto is the ruler of the underworld. So all of these things are coming to light for public view for everyone to see. Gotta love, this is when they say the age of Aquarius. This is the time that they're talking about. And Venus conjunct here is showing those transformations in those relationships that are happening randomly, that things are just coming out, and these are transformations with your friendships, with your love life. It's anyway. Mars then, switching gears a little bit, Mars then goes into Aquarius, and the next alignment is Neptune going into Aries. So this time that I'm filming this is the last time that we are ever going to see Neptune in Pisces. So we're wrapping up a lot of things. We're ending a lot of things. We have completely been mind blown as far as the things that we've been through. We're coming to a lot of realizations at the end of this. And with Neptune going into Aries, this is a really big shift, especially a cultural and a spiritual shift. This now, Aries is a sign of war, so this is like spiritual war happening. We already see some war on churches going on, a lot of people calling for them to end the tax-free status of a lot of churches, so we're going to see a lot more of stuff like that. The next alignment that Venus makes is 15 degrees, a semi-square to Neptune in Aries at 0 degrees. This is approximately January 30th, 2026. I'm so sorry. I've been doing videos way in advance, so like my brain is still over there. But yeah, so a semi-square is a very small, inconvenient aspect, and this is our relationship with God, with the creator, and especially being more aggressive and things changing with that, changing our minds on that, and this can be a little inconvenient. Again, it can be a small frustration, but typically they don't last very long. Venus is one of the faster moving planets, so it's not going to really strain us the way that it could. Then we have it in conjunct to Jupiter in Cancer at 17 degrees. And in conjunct is, it's also inconvenient, but in a different way. So I always describe inconjuncts. If you're sitting at a table and there's this large, giant vase in the way where you can't see the person across from you that you're talking to, and you have to like lean over to talk to them. It's just a nuisance. It's aggravating. You have to go around. It's like you're going go around your elbow to get your. So this is the weird relationship stuff that we've been having going around to this big dramatic family, especially mother related chaos. So again, this is a big thing with nurturing. This is weird stuff with your relationships. It's just on, and Jupiter is retrograde at this time, and Jupiter has not been in the right for like this whole season that it's been there, and it's been emotional. And again, it's the family stuff that we have coming up, especially with mother figures, females, like things are getting blown up, emotional, out of context. And Venus in Aquarius is like, I don't do this right now, and wants to like breeze by it and be like, no, I don't, because that vibe doesn't, being big and dramatic and emotional does not vibe with the emotions and the relationships that we're trying to have. Then we have a sextile to Chiron in Aries at approximately 23 degrees. This is a beautiful alignment. This is how we have been healing ourselves. So I can definitely say this is probably relationships to ourself here and how we're healing. This is our relationship to our healing journey, which has been weird and quirky and random as it is. But this is a good alignment for that. You may find another new random quirky way to relate to yourself in order to help heal yourself at this time. We have a square to Uranus in Taurus at approximately 27 degrees. Squares are the hardest aspect, not the most noticed aspect. Oppositions are the most noticed, but squares are like second. And Uranus here is the electric and the chaotic and the creative. In Taurus, it's been in the home, it's been with our foundations, it's been with things that we have been steadfast with. So things that we are very creatively stuck in. This is not aligning with the randomness. Now, Uranus is ruled by Aquarius, and I don't like Taurus being a ruler of Venus is like a personal pet peeve. I believe Taurus would more naturally be ruled by Ceres. But in this situation, this would be a mutual reception, even though naturally it is a square. So it may not be that hard if you think about it that way. We can always try and flip things a little more positively. So this could be more of the creative relationships inside of our homes and how we're interacting differently with the people that are in our homes and our friends. And this may be a good time to have friends over and like talk crap about whoever it is we need to talk crap about. Just get on the phone, gab with your friends while you're at home in your PJs and snacking, and do something creative. Like this is self-love, creative, go with the flow vibe, flower child type territory, so long as you can do that positively. The negative side of this is having some sort of rift between like the friendships that you're having at home or the relationships that you're trying to manage at home that are getting really weird. Then we have at 29 degrees, so a beautiful degree for this alignment, a semi-sextile to Saturn in Pisces, approximately February 10th, 2026. Saturn in Pisces is really good for our spirit, especially at 29 degrees. This is the right thing to do. It's father time in like the most ethereal, spiritual, deep, heavenly place that this can be. And now it is in a very emotional place. Saturn doesn't like it because it is a little too emotional. It is a little too deep for Saturn's comfort, because Saturn is groundedness, steadfast, work on it, hardcore. And Venus in Aquarius here has to learn from Saturn. So what is Saturn teaching here? Well, that rigidness in your spirituality is not working. And in order to better your relationships, as weird as they may be, you gotta loosen up. You gotta, even though shaking it off is not normal for Saturn, um, Venus is going to understand that, these things that we've held on to, that our belief systems that have meant so much to us, that are kind of unfolding in front of us, not in a bad way though, is really telling to the rest of our relationships, and especially for our friendships. Our friendships can absolutely benefit from our spiritual kind of opening here with our routines, as far as our, definitely it would be a great time for you to develop a new spiritual routine for yourself and your own self healing, and for your relationship with you and your own higher power. That would be a beautiful time to really reset and figure back out your routines as far as your spiritual. Like, do you read every day? Do you pray every day? Like, what are you doing? Even if it seems weird and random, if it works for you, then it works for you, and you should do that. Then Venus goes into Pisces. Well, I didn't write the date here, sorry, but my notes have gotten a lot better over the series. So but then as soon as Venus enters Pisces, we have a semi-sextile to Neptune and Aries at 0 degrees. I did want to bring this up in this video just because when you have a cusp on something, that's basically you still have some traits left over from the sign that it came from. So this is at 0 degrees, which is a negative, the hardest degree in astrology. And so your relationships, how you want to feel, how you want to express, how you want to be involved and be fluid, is learning here, because Neptune's original home placement is in Pisces. It's where it just came from. So Neptune also still has some residual from Pisces as well here. But now that it's in Aries, not only are our relationships different, but our spirituality is different. And we're learning that we need to be more empowered in ourselves and in our faith. And this is a really beautiful, beautiful place for the relationship with our creator, the relationship with ourselves, even though it is at a really hard degree. Because it is a semi-sextile, it makes it easier, because these planets in these positions are so profound. It does make it a little bit easier, even if it is at 0 degrees. You're just learning, you're just starting out, so it's okay. We're all going through this. If you like stuff like this, please press all the buttons. It does something, I'm sure. Otherwise, peace out, fam. Much love. Have a beautiful day, a beautiful life. See you later.